Hi there. There's a moment in life where you read a series, a book series, and you put it down and you wonder, I wonder if I can do this myself. I'm Simon, and I'm the writer and creator of Veil, Kings and Gods, my next novel that I will hopefully will be publishing in the next year or so. I've always loved stories. I've always loved writing out the worlds, writing them down, drawing them, painting them, just scribbling down in notebooks and then trying to develop something from them. So what changed? So what made me go, hey, I'm going to write this novel and get it out there to you guys? So after reading a very hefty long series, it took me about a year to read. I won't name it, but I'll say that once I finished it, I thought to myself, what if the magic was different? What if the main character didn't cast that spells in the standard way of basically speaking them and drawing the patterns in the sky? What if he actually just did it? What if he had basically the divine right to just do magic? And from that, the seeds of the Veil of Kings and Gods was born. It took me years and years to write this story. It took me ages to get it out of my head onto paper. I had limitations with my my schooling. I had life got in the way, a newborn got in the way, work got in the way, everything got in the way. But I think the biggest struggle I had was with my my schooling. I would write a chapter, I would even just write a sentence. I would spend a day just writing a sentence, and then I'd put them all together, and then I'd read this chapter and I think, oh God, this doesn't make sense, and then I'd throw that chapter in the bin, you know. And so I thought to myself, why not just sit down and just get the entire story out of my head? Why not just write it out and see what it was like at the end? I wanted to explore what happened when the gods went silent, what happened when empires fall, and what happens when a magician didn't follow the rules. At the beginning, it wasn't really something that I really thought about getting published. It was, you know, I loved just creating worlds, and I loved drawing out fantasy maps and stuff like that, but it was never crossed my mind of actually chasing a publisher or an agent and saying, hey, take my book, The Veil of Kings and Gods, and get it out to the world. So I don't want to spoil much, but I'll give you the gist of what the story is. So at its heart, The Veil, Kings and Gods, it's a world that is on the brink of collapse. An ancient empire has collapsed, of course. The worlds of the kingdoms of the world are fracturing. The gods have gone silent. There is a unspoken magician who is not very adept at doing magic, but he can do it. But he seems to excel through a divine. There's a prince who's stuck between loyalty and frowned upon sexuality. There's a princess stuck between rebellion and marriage. There's a barbarian warrior who is also stuck between cultural acceptance. There are fallen kingdoms, fallen empires, fractured worlds, mix of real cultural identity, shining knights and shining warriors. So why am I sharing this story now? So I believe everyone has a story in them. I believe everybody can write a book, but it's finding the time, the patience and the money to get your story down and out to the world. So this year I said to myself, just do it. Just write the story, build a platform, get the novel out there, self-publishing or an agent published book. Why not? Just do it. So I'm just going to share my art. I'm going to share my stories. I'm going to share my life. I'm going to share my thoughts on how to write my book. So if you're curious about the Veil of Kings and Gods, and you're curious of my journey of writing and finally being published, why don't you subscribe to my channel and follow my journey? Thank you for watching. I am Simon, the writer of Veil of Kings and Gods. Bye for now.